Truly unbelievable. You will be surprised what Northern elders have got to say about the Peter Obi and Kwankwaso merger. One Galadima has given reasons, why those who are saying Kwankwaso should be Peter's running mate. It says they are not politicians. If they are true politicians, they will understand that politics is not played like that. Okay, I don't understand what he means by that, but other than reason of people, maybe there's something else politicians sees that those who are not actively into politics for now may not see. I know that what we know is that they say the votes, okay, majority carries the vote, especially during the time of democracy, okay, that majority carries the vote. If really majority carries the vote and the mobilization is on to vote for a particular candidate, I don't understand what they mean by if you are asking Kwankwaso to be Peter Obi's running mate, you may be making a mistake. So I don't understand, what Kwankwaso will do differently from what Peter Obi will do. And this is the Galadima, and this is what he has to say. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Babu Galadima, a member of the New Nigerian People Party (NNPP), has said that Nigerians calling for Rabi Kwankwaso to be the party's presidential candidate to be Peter Obi's running mate are not politicians and do not understand what goes on in politics. On Monday, Galadima made the assertion while participating in the morning show on Arise Television. He emphasized that there is no way the NNPP presidential candidate can deputize Peter Obi, claiming that Peter Obi movement has just been active for 2 months, whereas Kwankwaso movement has been in existence for close to 32 years now. He says those who says Chief Peter Obi could not be Kwankwaso running mate are not politicians and do not understand what is going on in politics at all. They just started a movement 2 months ago, while Kwankwaso movement has been on ground for 32 years. And the primary reason for the movement is for Kwankwaso to become president. And now you're saying he should give it up and become a running mate to Peter Obi. It doesn't work like that in politics. No Nigerian has ever performed well while in office like Alhaji Kwankwaso. I understand that Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra State and he did his best, but not like Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso spilled and turned the nation around, especially in his state. What he did is impeccable, and we want him to replicate such in Nigeria. He argued that Kwankwaso had more educational qualification than any presidential candidate in the political race as at today. And the best thing would be in the interest for Nigerians to pick Kwankwaso instead of Peter Obi. It says Kwankwaso can be the president, while Peter Obi be the vice presidential candidate. This will be a very much made in heaven that could bring about a new sphere and a new beginning in Nigeria. The Peter Obi's movement has just been for not long, and Kwankwaso's movement has been for a long time. If this merger if they agree to it, will be the very merger of the century that would shake the very foundation of the country. So this is what is happening, yeah? Many people believe that Kwankwaso has got what it takes, okay? Especially, for instance, the Galadima, you can hear his opinion in regards to what is on ground. He feels very strongly that, this young man, Peter Obi, is not disputing Peter Obi, don't get me wrong. He appreciates what Peter Obi is doing. He appreciates that Peter Obi is a force, is a voice, and a lot of persons believe in Peter Obi, especially the Peter Obi's movement. He said it's just been around now for barely 2 months. Okay, he understands that the youths continue to propagate and the expansion and the enlargement with regards to Peter Obi, becoming Nigeria's president. The words have continued to become louder and louder. He accepts, he agrees, but he says more could be done. okay, that if Peter Obi becomes the vice presidential candidate to Kwankwaso, you'll be sure that they will make a lot of difference. But who to become the president and the vice presidential candidate is what has not really made the movement to be the top of the chain. The movement would have been far much better if one person has agreed as regards to nobody wants him to stepping down. He said stepping down for one person for the other would have been a very great merger that would have brought both parties into limelight and giving them the opportunity to become the voices that they ought to be. Well, these are some of the things happening, and why we all are waiting patiently and anticipating who will become Nigeria's president after political parties have already picked their presidential candidates. It says it is now. Okay, it's about time that we all begin to look at those things very critically and make a real lot of difference, so that at the end of the day, we can truly be free. Okay, at the end of the day, we can truly have that candidate that has what it takes to bring Nigeria to that desired position. Peter Obi is a voice that a lot of persons have come to reckon with, especially the youth. And if really our vote will be anything to go by, Nigerians are saying, please get your PVCs. Let's change the course of the narrative by getting a candidate that is worthy, a candidate that could potentially bring a lot of difference. But I mean, northern elders feel otherwise and feel that Kwankwaso cannot deputize Peter Obi, and it should rather be the other way around. So this is what is happening. Gadadima feels that Peter Obi, yes, a movement, but not like Kwankwaso, and that Peter Obi should not consider himself on the same political pedestal as Kwankwaso, who has been around for 32 years. Don't get me wrong, they are not undermining Peter Obi, not one bit. There's no undermining of Peter Obi, not one bit. That's not the point. They're not saying Peter Obi, does not have what it takes. That's not it. They're saying it is important that Nigerians begin to look at, what they need to do to ensure that, Peter Obi becomes that very voice and that man that could make that difference. So this is what is happening right now, and why we all need to, come together and ensure that there is a difference, together to bring about Nigeria for safety. Leave us a comment. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. God bless. Have a good day. Bye for now. Bye.